On this episode of Hunters Eating Hot Chicken, we welcome all the way from Chicagoland of haunts, Dani Panik. From costumes, characters, Transworld Live, and scenic work, Dani sets the bar high for haunters everywhere. Now let's take a seat and eat some heat with Dani Panik. Hello, welcome to another episode of Hunters Eating Hot Chicken. I'm your host, Carol. Tonight, we are going to be eating Brave Idiot, another local Nashville hot chicken place. This place here is worked out of a food truck, and I've heard great things about it. So much to the fact that a lot of the heat levels are named after cats or cat related. And we even got a discount on this chicken by showing a picture of Madame Bastet, the feline fortune teller. They weren't prepared for that, but they did give us a discount. Great people over at Brave Idiot. So tonight we're eating Brave Idiot hot chicken, and our guest tonight, all the way from Chicago, Miss Dani Panik. Hello, Dani. Welcome.
Hi, Carol.
How you doing?
I'm good.
It's good to see you. Good to see you. It's been, I guess, Transworld since we saw each other last?
Probably.
Besides social media, which is not, it's cheating when you see somebody on social media. It's not the same as seeing them like this. Now, are you nervous?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm a little nervous too. I do this a lot, right? I've lived in Nashville my whole life, and I've tried hot chicken. Brave Idiot is new to me. The owner is a Nashville native, he told me, but he says that the final level here that we're going to be eating today, the Red Sea, is very hot, and they had to give me basically instructions on how to handle this.
Mm-hmm.
They said, do not touch it with your bare fingers. And that's why we have the fork in it. So this is what we have looking forward to us toward the end here. So how excited are you?
I'm scared to talk to you guys.
Oh, I'm a little nervous myself. Anyway, so are you ready to get rocking and rolling on this?
Hell yeah.
Okay. All right, Dani. The first one here is called the Scaredy Cat, and this is the mild. So pick it up, the first one here, and we'll do a little cheers as we always start off. And just take a little bite of that, the Scaredy Cat. Wow.
Start out with a bang, huh?
It's got a little bite to it. It reminds me of my grandma Sandra's boneless chicken dinners that she makes. A little cayenne pepper in there. It's got it. That's really good. I like that one.
Yeah, it's good.
I like that one.
Got a little kick.
Okay. Dani, how did you get started in this wonderful industry we call haunted attractions?
I needed a job.
Simple. That's
Yeah,
most of us, right?
Yeah.
But I heard you were scared of them before you started working in them.
Yes. Yeah. I am notoriously pretty jumpy, and I needed a job, and I found out a haunted house was hiring. I was talking to my mom about it, and I was like, I don't know if I can work in a haunted house. I can't walk through one. She's like, well, just, you don't have to walk through one if you work at one. I was like, oh.
That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah. Yeah. My first like 3 groups, I was so like in my head about like popping out that I just like sat in my scare box. And like one of the people from the like room ahead of me, they're like, yo, all you got to do is just like, bam. And my first scare was me just going, boop, and going back into my hole and reevaluating.
Yeah.
I eventually got it, obviously.
So you were put in a boo hole for your first time?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was in one for a while. It took me a couple of years before.
So you graduated from the boo hole to other things?
Yeah.
Hey, we were all there. My first time working at a haunt, they put me in this appliance room, they called it. And one of the dryers, you open the dryer and it was a tunnel that you had to crawl into. Kind of like some Meow Wolf kind of stuff, but redneck version.
Yeah.
And they put me in there by myself as Hannibal Lecter in an appliance room. I don't know, but I could do that little thing.
Mm-hmm.
Won prize money, free pizza, free Faygo soda. That was my first night, and I was hooked ever since. Yeah, by the way, used to get paid in pizza and Faygo. So,
down with the clown.
Oh, God. The amount of ICP makeups and crow makeups that I saw my first night in a haunted house back in 1999. Yeah. Do you see yourself spooking in the future, like on into the future? And what does your future hold for you?
Yeah, I mean, like, this is something that I've been doing consistently. It's like one of the only things I feel like I've been doing consistently. And it's like it's hard to think about my life without it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, I always joke that like you're gonna have to, rip me out of the haunt before I leave the haunt. So
I always say is a line in Days of Thunder. He's talking about, talking about NASCAR racing. Can't put it in you and you can't take it out of you.
mm-hmm.
And I always say that's haunted houses.
Yeah.
I can't put it in you and I can't take it out of you. And it's a thing. Like once you're in it, you're in it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've known people that have left it and they're a shell of them former selves. They say they don't miss it, or they say, sometimes I think they lie because you can see it on their face. And there's something that left their soul when they quit spooking. And I hate that for some people, but some people they do walk away, but I couldn't see there's no way.
Yeah.
I see until I'm in the grave
mm-hmm.
doing this stuff. So I feel you on that.
Yeah.
How was that first piece?
It was really good.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, now we're going to number 2. It's kitten hot in here. And they call this is the schmedium level. Schmedium. So let's try this second one here. Your picture's a little bit bigger than mine. That's okay. Just one bite, though. You ain't got to go for the whole thing. Okay, I can already tell that one's hotter. Holy shit.
That's only the second one?
It's only the second one. My glasses are already fogging. It's going to be a great night. It's going to be a great night. I can't wait. What do you think about that? You hitting you yet?
I took a big bite.
Mm.
It's good. But yeah, it's hotter.
A little warmer, right? But see, that's the good thing about good hot chicken. The chicken is still tasty. It's so juicy. It's delicious. And the heat's like, oh, shit. But hot chicken's kind of like, it burns, but you keep wanting to eat more. It's really bizarre. It's almost like food torture. I don't know. It's really bizarre. Is it true you base your vacations around food, since we're talking about food here?
So I don't base my vacations around it, but if I'm going somewhere, I'm definitely looking at food. So one of the first times I came to Nashville, hot chicken was like at the top of my list for things to do. So I've had hot chicken before.
Where'd you go?
I haven't had the hottest chicken. I don't remember.
Wherever it was, it must have been that good.
Oh, catered to us. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was good. I remember it being very good.
Well, I myself base vacations around food. Anywhere I go, it's food is number one priority. So I feel you on that.
Yes, food motivated.
You work alongside with Transworld Live. How did you get started with that? And what's it like attending Transworld kind of as you're working and like attending? So what's that like?
So I feel like I get like the best of Transworld because I get an opportunity to sit and talk with people who are actively vending, which is really fun. I got into it. I work with Chris Zabrowski. He's from Chicago. He runs Haunted House Chicago, and we know each other through the haunted house industry.
Okay.
And he's a great guy, but familiar with a lot of people and like their abilities to not only act but also like have a camera presence. So he asked me one year because he needed like an additional person to help, kind of like guide him and like also like be like a female face. And I said yes, and it's been, I think this will be my 4th year doing it. And they keep letting me come back, so
that's good.
Yeah,
that's
no,
good.
I think it's great. I feel I'm very privileged to be able to like do what I do with Transworld.
It's got to be kind of overwhelming too. Like you're getting so much thrown at you in so many short days, and also you get to see the floor before everybody's there set up, so you get to see it from start to the end, and it's so much going on. And I mean, I've vended a few times, helped some friends, and that's a lot of work. Just vending, setting up, tearing down, dealing with all the customers and the enthusiasts and all that stuff. And at the end of the day, on that Sunday, you're just like, oh God, I'm ready to go home. But this was awesome. Like it's a roller coaster. I can't imagine what you're going from booth to booth, and y'all go live. Like how many times a day do y'all go live?
I mean, countless times, at least over 10. I like to say that I thrive in chaos. and seeing not only like everybody is like labor of love, but also like the hustle that everybody puts into it. I feel
Right.
like is like the fuel that like goes it, you know, it like it fuels me to keep going.
Yeah.
So like, you know, Sunday is just a short plane ride home and I can chill on the plane. So
See, Sundays for us is we're driving back to Nashville and we
Mhm.
stop at Patty's Settlement and get pork chops that are this thick. And we're like, after we eat that, it's like, oh my God, are we going to make it home? Because everybody's so tired, but it's so
Yeah.
good. They got this little bread and anyway, Patty's Settlement, look it up. It's great. Oh, Danny. Okay. That sound means you have to spin the wheel of death. Now, when you spin it, it's going to land on hopefully something besides the nuclear symbols, which is the Chernobyl challenge. And we don't want to do that. Okay. But if it
Yeah.
happens, it happens. So if you want to give the wheel a nice little spin there, give it a nice little go. Okay. You just landed on the whole damn thing. So what that means is this final piece, we have to eat all of it.
Oh, that's bad.
What if I don't do that?
Then we got to try our best. Oh my God! So that's the will of death is the will of death today because that is awful. The whole damn thing. Thank you very much, Mr. Quint. All right. Do you do any traveling for haunting when you in your haunt world besides Trans World? Do you do any traveling and whatnot?
Yeah, I've guest acted at a couple of different places. I've gone to Talon Falls in Paducah, Kentucky.
Great show. Great show.
Yeah. I've guest acted at National Nightmare, a couple of other 13th Floor shows. I bounced between 13th Floor Chicago and the Old Joliet Haunted Prison.
So you're all over the place.
Yeah, yeah. I live in Chicago, so like I'm blessed to be able to have like a bunch of haunted houses like within, you know, a stone's throw of me. So if we're not open, I usually try to go to like a friend's haunt to like, you know, either go support and like walk through or to go and act and just, you know, have fun.
That seems to be the thing in Chicagoland. It's like everybody supports one another, and if your haunt's not open, I'm going to work at your haunt.
Yeah.
Has it always been that way since you've started?
No, but it's, you know, it's always, you know, the door's always open to growing and changing. And I definitely think that from when I started haunting to where we're at now, there's been a lot of doors that have opened for everybody.
That's great.
So, yeah,
that's great.
Awesome.
It's good to have that kind of positive vibes with other local haunts, and
yeah,
you know, and sometimes there's some turds in the punch bowl, as it just happens, you know. But it's good to always hear that. And I remember one of my early days of spooking in Nashville, you know, a lot of haunts would come together, work off-season events when they weren't open, and vice versa. It was always a good time to have other haunts kind of coming together and doing cool stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, are you ready for the third one?
Yes.
This one they call More Cowbell. Okay, and this is their extra hot. The More Cowbell extra hot. Are you ready?
No.
Okay. Don't remember. Watch. Don't touch your eyes or anything.
Yeah.
Oh. That one's not as tender, and it's almost like maybe because the spice is like tensed it up or something. I don't know. Still good.
Yeah.
If you need more drink, let me know. Chocolate milk's also available if you want to go that route.
I'm gonna have some water.
That's high quality H2O.
I'm gonna do a pickle to help ease that in. My God.
Creeping up.
Woo! More cowbell. I got a fever.
That's good.
Woo!
Still very tasty.
Shit.
Yeah,
that
there's
one.
no way I'm eating the whole thing.
You fogging up yet,
I
Carol?
don't know if that fucks anything up, but there's no way I'm doing that.
That's okay.
It's always the best.
Yep.
You can give me like a boot tag of shame.
So you've done wardrobe for some very large haunts in Chicago.
Yeah.
Now, do you do it for both haunts during the season? Do you juggle the haunt here, haunt there? And how do you find the time to crank out such awesome and creative stuff that you do?
Well, it's so costuming has kind of always been like my center of even like outside of haunting. I've always sewn. I've always made stuff. I've always like worked with my hands. So Wardrobe kind of came naturally to me. To me, it was just an opportunity to like put a bunch of cool outfits on people. And as I started working in like the haunted house and started acting and stuff, like my mind has always been like fashion driven. I say fashion, but I say it with like a like grain of salt. Like I've never gone to like school for anything like that.
Right.
Everything I do is like home taught. But I don't know. I played with Barbies when I was a kid. I liked like a lot of Disney movies. Cruella de Vil was like one of my favorite characters. So I feel like all of that has a small play into it. But
when you creating a character's costume, what goes into that? Like, where do you start? Where do you end? And does it change a character during off-season event? Obviously, the theme might change,
Mhm.
but kind of go into that when you're creating a costume for a character. Kind of go into that a little bit.
so I guess everything kind of starts with the theme, right?
Right.
Like a show or so starting from the theme, you have like your house, and then you have like your rooms within your house, and then obviously you have like your characters. I try to make everybody feel like you're like the icon of your room. So like whatever the character is, you're gonna have a tie, not always visually, but like in my head while I'm making it. Like I like to think of like, why you're in your room, what your purpose is, why you're in your room, what makes you fear driven, what makes you like scary, why are you like a presence in this space. And then I just kind of go from there. Sometimes it's as simple as being like, you're in a facility and you're a doctor and you have like, a need for like, you have like a flesh, like, something, and you can just build off of that.
Right.
It
helps.
I don't know.
It helps too. Like a lot of actors, like I'm just a peon. I'm just in my boo hole. No, no. You are
There's a
part of the
reason
story.
yeah. So like when I first started, I worked at a haunted house called 11th Hour, and I was in just like a box. I mentioned I was in like a slam box that was inside of a bed, and the bed was in a bedroom that was a part of like a like mansion, like house. The room right before me was like a doll room. So in my brain, I was like, okay, it makes sense that I'm like placed here because I'm like a small girl. I'm either a doll or like a scared child or a scary child. So once I kind of had that idea like click in my brain, I was able to think like, okay, like what does like a kid wear? What does a doll wear? And then you kind of like, with costuming, you kind of just go from there. I think my favorite part about it is like finding things that are like modern and like making it into like period appropriate or like story appropriate pieces. It's like I like the challenge of like transforming
Right.
fabric.
Sometimes people overlook those things, and you can tell when you're walking through a haunt, like they don't really put much thought into that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I am soaking wet back here right now. I'm sorry.
My nose is running.
Really dreading this.
Mm-hmm.
So before we get into this one, I'm going to ask a few more questions, okay?
Okay.
We'll end on this.
Cool. I'm going to eat a pickle.
What's a character you've always wanted to do, but never got to do? Like something you wanted to create and you never got to?
I don't know. I've been saying for a while that I really want to make like a witch. But I think what it comes down to is I'm just gonna make a witch.
Just a matter of 1, 2, 3, right?
Yeah,
that's what they always say. You want to do something? Just 1, 2, 3,
I just
do
want
it.
to do it.
Yeah.
Well, why not? I'm just gonna do it.
Just do it.
I'll eventually post a witch costume for sale, and you'll know.
So how many costumes do you sell a year? A lot.
Not as many as I'd like to. Well, that's not necessarily true. I wish I had the ability to be able to like put out as much as I feel like I have the capability to sell. But I'm just a one-man band.
Yeah.
Sewing stuff and making things. And,
hey,
working
we all
in a haunted house.
Yeah.
And, yeah. So, I don't know. Enough to get me by.
I think that a lot of people sometimes they don't have enough belief in themselves to kind of just jump off the diving board and see if you can swim. And a lot of people that have done that have realized you can do a lot of things. You put your mind to it, and sky's the limit. You say all that all the time. Haunted houses, same way. There's so many people that I've met who are so talented, and you just got to sometimes give them a little kick in the ass to get them to be like, oh, wow, I can do this. And some people don't need that. Some people just keep rocking and rolling and create awesome stuff. But I think everybody needs some encouragement. And the more costumes you sell, I'm sure it gives you more encouragement. Like, oh, man, I wish I need more time to make more and make more. And it's always cool to see somebody wearing something you created. It's always a good feeling. I know it's really cool and hear people screaming coming out of a scene that I had in my head. I walk out, it was great. Like, oh, man, I thought of that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think a benefit to what I do is when I'm not like creating like costumes and stuff, I am creating like scenes and chaos somewhere else. So
I always said haunted houses are controlled chaos. They really are.
Yeah.
The customers don't know what the hell is going on, but we know. It's controlled chaos. I love that. Who is your biggest inspiration in this industry?
Oh man, picking a single person isn't fair.
Give me a few.
I don't know. All my friends. Like, I feel like the coolest thing about this industry is that, like the people who like inspire you, you can just like walk up to. Like, you inspire me. Like, you inspire me. And I feel like everybody that I meet has something valuable to teach me. And like, I feel like it would be rude to call out like a singular person.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair. I know some people, I've met hundreds of people, if not, I don't want to say thousands, but like enough people in the industry, like, wow, I like the way they approach this. I like the way they tackled that. Oh man, they have this no nonsense approach. And some haunts are that's what makes haunted houses so cool. The industry is so cool where everybody has their own little thing. They do their own thing. And I was telling Joe last time we had him here, it was just like, but it's all the same kind of nucleus. It's all kind of the same, but it all goes different little areas and levels, and it's great. From home haunts to corporate haunts, it's all the same kind of at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
So what keeps you going in this spooky world? Like, I mean, it's changed a lot probably since you started. It always is ever changing. What just keeps you going?
I do.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, like, I feel like I've worked a bunch of jobs, like, while also haunting. I think I've been haunting now for, like, 16 years. And there's nothing. There's nothing quite as fulfilling as what I'm capable of doing at, the shows. And I feel like the fact that I get the opportunity to be able to, like, go and lock a haunted house every morning instead of, like, go to, like,
a cubicle and just clock in?
A cubicle or, a warehouse. I've worked a bunch of different jobs. I used to be a body piercer, like, that sucked. Like, it was fine, but, like, it sucked, you know? So I feel like everybody has to pick the lesser of their evils, and I have a really good gig where I'm at right now, and I'm gonna take advantage of every second I have with it.
It's great. I know.
You can't take it for granted.
You can't. I mean, there's not very many places hiring, to be spooky as your job, They're few and far between. I know I tell people all the time, I've worked harder in my life to do what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Because it hasn't always, paid off. I'm not swimming in the big bucks, but I'm doing what I wanted to do in high school. Like I told people, I'm going to do the haunted house. And they're like, oh, okay, Carol, that's great. And I'm like, no, that's what I'm going to do. And when I meet people from high school or run into them or whatever, like, dude, this is crazy. My job is I work a 9 to 5 every day. I'm in the cubicle. Meanwhile, I'm out in the, in the sun, enjoying a nice day. There's days where it's really hot though. That sucks. And there's days where it's really cold. But I look back at some of those things and go, man, I worked really hard to get here.
Yeah.
And some people wish that they could do what I'm doing. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And when you tell people, the lady at Lowe's, like, what you do for a living, and she's like, what?
Yeah.
Really? Why are you starting out already? It's only September.
It's like, lady, you have no idea. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
This
no.
is the part the Red Sea. It says very hot, not advised. Now, they told me to not touch this with my fingers. So that said, all right, now it says the whole damn thing, and I'm one to usually go by the rules. But guys, I'm going to tell you this. They gave me specific directions to not eat this on an empty stomach and to not force this down because this has put people in the hospital. No, Erica, they didn't. But I'm saying it in the camera. Thank you.
Internet's real.
Yeah. They were very clear to not play around with this part, the Red Sea. So I'm going to tell you, do me a favor, Danny, because I don't want to kill our guests, especially ones that traveled all the way from Chicago. Take a big bite that you can, and we'll consider that the whole damn thing, because I have a feeling the more cowbell, whew, this part, the Red Sea, it's about to be a religious experience, I think.
There we go. That's a big piece.
Can we dip it?
Yeah, feel free, yes. Feel free to dip in some ranch.
You have to dip it too.
I mean, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go all in. You dip. Feel free to dip it in the ranch. Cool it off a little bit. Cheers.
Yeah,
Not
dip
spicy
it.
ranch.
I mean, mine's spicy ranch. You got spicy ranch? Hell, I'll dip it
Why did they give you spicy ranch?
because I asked for it.
Hot chicken show. That's hot.
I'm so scared.
Hey, what did we say earlier? It's all a matter of 1, 2, 3. You just gotta do it, right? All right, Danny. Here we go. Part the Red Sea. Brave idiot. Don't do it yet, girl.
He's going to eat the whole pickle or the tiny
Oh.
pickle.
That does not have a good flavor. That is almost. I don't know what that is. You can tell. You can tell. It's not for like they're not trying to get you. They don't care. They just want to go hot here.
Is it the hottest one we've had so far?
It's starting to creep in. You feel that, Danny?
Yeah, it's not good.
Oh God, not good. Pickle. Oh shit. Here it comes. Yeah, that's the hottest damn thing I've had on this show. 100%.
You gotta at least have another bite, girl. It's your damn thing. You can't just eat one bite.
I'm trying to be nice to her.
I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about you.
Don't do that.
You have a big bite.
Yeah.
You don't have to prove anything to me. All right?
Phil, this is the worst thing I've ever had in my life.
She seems calm.
I am an actor.
One more bite. One
Oh,
more
no.
bite. One more
I'm dying. Jesus Christ. Oh no.
The bite I took was all breading, but like all heated breading.
Oh man. Oh man, they weren't kidding.
I'm sweating.
Yeah, well.
I feel like if I start to freak out, it's gonna make it worse. So I'm not gonna. My upper lip has been sweating the entire time though. And I'm terrified to have that touch my face.
Well, Danny, thank you so much.
Starbucks does not sponsor this. Oh,
But
man.
maybe they will soon.
I messed up. I was gonna give you a Frankenfuel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we can still pound that bad boy.
I don't have them.
Well, shout out Frankenfuel.
Shout out Frankenfuel.
Even though we don't have it here. Danny, I don't know if you're going to want to join us after this, but thank you so much for coming. And guys, I'll see you next time.
Wait, is there anything that you want to say?
Danny, you want to say anything to anybody? I'm kind of in another world right now.
Yeah, follow me on Instagram. My tag's Dani Panik, Panik. Follow the Nightmare Forge. Follow Horror Props. Follow Frankenfuel and Sinister Slide Gear. 13-4 Chicago. Bill Juliet Haunted Prison is where I'm at in October. Hit me up for a costume if you want one.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Hey,
This
thank you
is,
for coming.
Terrible.
I'm actually I'm actually crying.
You
You
are.
see this?
Yeah, that's horrible. You took a giant bite.